day, folks. I'm Don. This is Rockin' the Country. I hope things are going well in your neck of the woods. I am doing a song, Oliver Anthony, hit a chord, right time, right place, right dude, right concept, right whatever. Lots of other people have, timing is so important. And had he written this song 20 years ago, pre-internet, nobody would know about him. Timing is important, right time, and I'm happy for him. I Want to Go Home. I don't know this song. It was requested by Marlene McKinney and Travis Dean. Yeah, anybody who sings sincerely, even if you don't agree with it, it's like, well, from my perspective anyway, I agree with a lot of what he said. I don't agree that the only thing our country does, like what he said in Richmond, north of Richmond, I don't agree that this country just drives people down. It doesn't. We have so many opportunities here. There are some effed up things in this country, and we all have our opinions on different things, but it's still a land of opportunity. All that said, I want to go home. I don't know what this song is about. True reaction. So let's see what Oliver's got for us. I think he does 3 chords in the truth. I don't know how many chords because I don't know chords, but let's see if it's the truth.
Well, if it weren't for my old dogs and the good Lord, they'd have me strung up in the psych ward. 'Cause every day living in this new world is one too many days to me. Son, we're on the brink of the next world war, and I don't think nobody's praying no more. And I ain't saying I know it for sure. I'm just down on my knees begging the Lord, take me home. I wanna go home.
That's a different kind of home.
I don't know which road to go. It's been so long. I just know I didn't used to wake up feeling this way, cussing myself every damn day. There's always some kind of bill to pay. People just doing what the rich man say. I wanna go home. Now 4 generations farming the ground. Grandson sells it to a man out of town. 2 weeks later, the trees go down. Only got concrete growing around. I wanna go home. I wanna go home. I don't know which road to go. It's been so long. I just know I didn't used to wake up feeling this way, cussing myself every damn day. People have really gone and lost their way. They all just do what the TV say. I wanna go home.
Interesting line there. Just do what the TV say.
If it weren't for my old dogs and the good Lord, they'd have me strung up in the psych ward.
Good thing he's got them. All right, so that verse in the end, obviously a lot to think about. I mean, when a man pours his soul out like this, in his songs, and that's one of the things that has touched the nation, is Oliver. People like authenticity. As long as they're kind, authentic is just great in a person. We all know we're not going to be agreed with. There are way too many things to disagree about in this life, and I don't mean politics and religion and debate. Some of the just little things, you know, preferences. You know, what kind of food do you like? I like Indian. You like Mexican? Oh, let's argue about it. When somebody pours their heart out and they're authentic, you see the compassionate side of people. That's part of what people are embracing about Oliver. one of the things that goes on is when you wake up, like he said in this song, I wake up. I've never felt this way when waking up. And earlier in the song, he mentioned, we're on the brink of another world war, which we might be. Some people think U.S., China. I mean, God, I hope that doesn't happen. You get to a certain point in life where you realize you've lived long enough to see things that don't work in this world. When you're younger, you're oblivious to it. I grew up during the Vietnam era. I was born in 61. Vietnam, 68, 69, 70, 71, right in that time frame, the build up and the actual war. I was oblivious to it. I was 8, 9 years old. I just wanted to go outside and play. I didn't know anything about the world like that. Then you hit your teen years, you become marginally aware of like presidential elections. You're not voting in them yet, but you hear your parents talking and they're preparing you to vote when you're 18. Then when you hit your 20s, and then your 30s, you have enough life experience and you become more aware of what's going on in the world. And as it happens, initially when you become aware of something, the pendulum swings a little bit too far because it's new to you. You kind of think that you're one of the only ones who are seeing it that way. It's like when you're in love with someone, you're like your first love. You're like, nobody else feels this way. And it's like, well, everybody else who's been in love has felt that way, but you just don't see it that way. Or when you're in pain because a relationship breaks up, you don't think anybody else can understand you. Everybody else who's been through a breakup can understand you. So the pendulum swings different ways, right? And in a realization like this, where he wakes up every day feeling bad about himself, like cursing himself, I think he said, that is actually the first step of humility. And then you want to come into a sense of balance. The pendulums went too far where you think you're a piece of shit or whatever you're thinking about yourself. These self-indictments is negative self-talk. At some point, you bring it on back. And it isn't just, oh, I'm an okay dude. You got to find the reasons. And when you find the reasons to not think so negatively about yourself, that's when you find yourself. That's when you're honest about your flaws, your weaknesses, your deficiencies, things that you got to fill in your life. And then also you find out your strengths, and then you could come into that sort of greater sense of balance. You don't want to be over the top with feeling too good about yourself, because that to me is almost sociopathy, that or way too egotistical, where you don't think you have faults. That's horrible, because that's a lack of humility. Humility isn't humility just for the sake of being humble. It's because it helps you get along with people. I didn't have a problem at all with him realizing what he realized, because that is the process of growing older. It's a natural part of realization, of understanding, of seeing things in the world, and that you're a part of it. What part do you play? A good part, a bad part, a neutral part, all the above? Where do you fit? And he's figuring that part out. But he wants to go home, and I took that to mean the heavenly realm. Not that he has a death wish, but you wish that whatever our ideals are of that ideal world called heaven, called paradise, we wish that it would be here on earth. We wish that we could experience that kind of tranquility, peace, love, kindness, acceptance, welcoming, and it's not all there. So, all right, I will rate this one, though. I mean, he just took the world by storm. It's so unique. I love this, though. That singer-songwriter out in the woods with his dogs, blur out the license plate on the vehicle, and just let it rip. And I love this. This is one of the things I love about the digital revolution and the world of the internet, because I never would have known who a man named Oliver Anthony was or is. Man, 9.1. Raw is the way I would describe raw and real, not necessarily right, but raw and real. And when somebody speaks of their own experience, it's not wrong. If I tell you I believe this, you may not agree with the belief, but you can't say that I'm wrong. Because when I simply say, oh, I believe the sky is purple, all right, and it's not purple, but it's like, all right, you can't say that you don't believe that. That's my experience, all right? You may not agree that it's purple, and it may not actually be purple. Oliver just came out with his truth, and that is something I love. I love honesty. I love raw. And he's obviously a searcher. He's more of a philosopher than he may even know, but he probably is aware of that, but he may not classify himself as such, but he's a thinker. So there you go, folks. Hope you enjoyed that. Have a great day. See you on another video. Keep rocking the country.